Good, what the hell day is it? Monday morning, I guess. I'm over here chisel plowing on that 50 acres, the boot of Italy. I'm on the boot part, as you can tell. I tried to fly the drone, no connection. You know, it's great being surrounded by big ass trees all the time. Yeah, cell phones work really good around here when you're in fields like this. But anyways, so have to do drone footage some other field, but I thought this was a nice big one. I could do it myself. You know, I could steer and manage to get the drone in the air. No, not gonna happen. Not today. So no drone footage today. Wednesday we'll probably be doing the test plot across the road. Even if I get the rest of it planted, I'll wait for that to happen before we move on. You can see up there I did some of those rows going that way, the short rows that are on this side of all of the long rows, because I had to come down the long row to get here, obviously. So, and like I said, the 7 acres across the road is where we put a test plot 2 years ago. And last year, where did we have the test plot last year? It was at home somewhere. Oh, it was up back behind the shop. But those fields will be beans, so I have to put test plots somewhere where I had beans last year, because that's what's gonna all be corn this year. So I've heard back from the one seed dealer. He said sure, let's plan on like 8:30. Haven't heard back from the other one yet, so guess we need to find out whether he's interested in doing one. If he's not, I don't know where we're gonna put a test plot, if we're gonna put a test plot. So, is what it is. Alright, so I'm done with the boot part. I'm out here finishing up these short rows over to there, and then it'll be back over to all the long rows. Barb is here now, down there rock picking. She's done across the road. Getting everything done at once. Good tune. REO. Yeah, baby. You make me cry. 'Cause I believe it's time for me to fly. Yeah, I can't sing for shit, but and YouTube, screw you, okay? I'm not monetized. Bitch at me for having the music on. This is what keeps you sane during the day. Especially on these short rows. Alright, as you can see, we're on the long rows. Way back there to the hedgerow that's before the road. Way down over this knob to those trees. Yeah, I'm eating lunch too. Tuna fish sandwich and some chips. And some Kool-Aid. I like Kool-Aid. So very boring field, but hey, you know, you crank the music up and you just go with it. But and this is how I showed you the other day, how the tractor work, only going 1340 RPMs there to keep it at around 6.5, 6.6. Now it's picking up because we're going up the little knoll, so it dropped down to like 15s. Yeah, like I said, very boring field, but Barb is just about done with the boot part, so she'll be coming over here to do those short rows that I finished, and then coming over here to do the long rows. Not a lot of rocks on this farm. A lot of, you know, them smaller ones that we ain't picking. So every now and then you dig up a decent sized one that you need to pick, but not horrible. Alright, gonna finish my lunch. Look at there, I brought myself back a souvenir. Tree root. I gotta flip the points, because as you can tell, they're quite rounded. There's actually one in there that's the point broke right off of it. Right at the very end. That third one in. But I was on the headlands. I wasn't stopping. Yeah, you can see they're pretty rounded. So they need to be flipped. When I flip them, I use the same bolts. When I put a new set on, I put a new set of bolts on. So I'm not gonna film me flipping them because you've seen me do it before. There's a piece of chain that got dug up. Yeah, we usually find all sorts of good things. So I'm gonna flip these. That 50 acres is done. Grease it, and then the next farm I'll go to is Scotty's, where there's 80 acres over there. Generally, between, let's see, these have done a little under 100 acres, 95 acres, 80 to 100 acres on points before you have to flip them or change them if you've already flipped them. Depends on the ground, depends on how hard the ground is. So 80 to 100, I got about 95 out of these. That's about right. All right, I hope you can hear me. Heading over to Scotty's to chisel plow that 80-acre farm. I just pulled that out of the tire lug. Some old spring tooth off a piece of hay equipment probably. Luckily it went up in and not into the tire. So that's sharp. Yeah. All brand new tires all the way around that. That would have sucked. Starting my day out calling the tire guy. But that's what you get around here from, you know, we used to be lots of dairies. Well, we used to be dairy. So a lot of them old springs off of hay equipment and stuff. And you find them in tires, but luckily that went up through the lug and not straight into the tire. That would have been a depressing start to the morning because I want to get that 80 acres done. So we are back on the road heading back over to Scotty's, that 80-acre farm, because I had to run home because I broke a chisel plow point. Well, the problem is Barb is over here on this other road, field cultivating that, the Buddha Italy there, that 50 acres for me to get it ready to plant. You know, when Dad was alive, when we shut him down from working in the fields, he would run and do these kind of things. Oh yeah, and normally I would go straight up that hill right there to get back to this farm. Oh, what the hell, tree work down there. Okay, I was gonna go that way, but I don't think I can get by their trucks. And up here there's a gutter company putting gutters on a house on top of the hill, and rather than pull in their driveway and set all your sawhorses up on the lawn, because, you know, seamless gutters, their lawn. No, we do it on the side of the road, and we park right across from a mailbox. So I barely got through. They had to move some shit. So I'm going to turn you off so that I can get back through, because it's just frustrating. Oh, look, somebody else is here now too in a pickup. Yep, and the truck. Yep, shutting you off now, jackasses. Alright, I just squeezed by them. That was fun. So anyways, heading back over. I don't know, 25 acres of it done so far this morning before the chisel plow point broke. But that's why I get out of the tractor every few hours to stretch or take a leak, whatever. Walk around, see if there's anything wrong that you can't visibly see sitting in the tractor. And this point was a very center one that you can't really see from the tractor. So how long it had been broke off, I don't know. But I mean, the shank looked fine, so it didn't hurt anything, but just a pain in the nuts. You know, I mean, Barb was closer to home. Could I have called her, made her quit doing what she was doing and go get the truck and the parts and whatever. Tools are already in the truck. It was just, this tractor will go 34 miles an hour, so it was just as quick for me to fly home with this and fly back. Like I said, I'm only 2.5, 3 miles at the most from home, so I'm on the other side of that hedgerow over there. This guy's already got some beans grilled, but so I will be back there shortly. It's just the shit that happens. You deal with it. Alright, as you can see, I am back in the field, chisel plowing. The one across the road behind their house is done. So, for those of you who watch Larson Farms, you know how the father, Duggo's, always going, and there's Rick, the mailman, because they obviously like their mailman. Well, our mailman's an asshole. Half my mail gets put in my mother's mailbox. But he's also an asshole because I just met him on that road where I showed you, you know, on the other side of the hedgerow. And he's like racing to get to a mailbox right as I'm getting to the mailbox. That makes the road narrower, dumbass. Because of the mailbox to start with and then you next to it. Holy shit. And you're a rural mail carrier. Genius. Why not wait back beyond the mailbox for a minute for me to get by? I just met a truck right here before I got to the driveway to pull in. He got off the side of the road and sat for a second while I went by. Smart guy. Our mailman, absolute dumbass. As you can tell, all over, the grass grew well in the fields while we were waiting to get on them from all the rain. But this is plowing up pretty nice, as you can see. But this whole week is like, today's Tuesday, it's supposed to be beautiful through Saturday. And I'm high strung, so, you know, when it's go time, I want to go. My mother doesn't even know where this farm is, and she'll be 90 this year, so there's no sense in me calling her. Scotty's got tools. I could have just done it right here, but I would have had to explain where I was, have my mother come get me, take me home, and then come back, so it was just as easy to run home. And you know, but tonight I gotta quit. I gotta be in Auburn at 5:30 for a committee meeting for Public Works for our legislature, because I'm the chair of the committee. Last night was Chelsea's senior night for track, so we had to be over to the school at 4 o'clock for track meet, which I'm not gonna miss that. It's my daughter's senior night. Tomorrow night I got a committee meeting, but I've already called in and said I ain't coming to that one. So I'm gonna work tomorrow night. My last pass around the headlands, my 4th time around, jam into a little kiss. Beth, what can I do? Beth, what can I do? Yeah, I know, I suck at singing. And yes, this is already done because there's a freaking little island here. Yep. Without that island, the field would go straight, but there's an island. So hey, the fields are the way they are. I mean, probably probably could push that island off into that hedgerow, but it's not a very big hedgerow. So as you can see, there's houses on the other side of it and people's lawns. So it is what it is. You'll be alright. Me and the boys will be playing all night. Alright, I'll stop killing your ears. Alright, it is test plot day. I'm waiting for them two to get down here. I just made my first pass. Now we open every box up and suck out the seed and put the new seed in. That was a 100-day channel that we just put in. So the next one will be a Pioneer. We have Team Channel and Team Pioneer, as I call them. So come on, fellas. Plant 8 rows, stop, suck it out, put the new seed in. Plant 8 rows, stop, suck it out, put the new seed in. Y'all know how much I think this is exciting every year. Team Pioneer, Team Channel. Team Channel has a fancy little Milwaukee one that sucks it out and then you dump the little cup. Team Pioneer has the generator one. It does work pretty good. And then this one fills up these canisters and you just put the bag underneath it to get rid of the old seed. So this is what they do. Empty. Like I said, then we'll dump Pioneer in. That'll be the next one. Then the next pass back this way will be Channel, then Pioneer, then Channel, then Pioneer, then Channel. That's the way we do it, and we go from longest season to shortest season. Alright, I'm going up through with variety number 2. And then when I get here, I'll turn around, drop it in the ground. They will suck it out, put the new one in, and it's repeat. And we put the little stakes in the ground for every variety. The start of every 8 rows. So when we move here, he'll put another one in. So I'm not going to bore you with this anymore, because this is what it's all about. Alright, I'm back to the shop. Just put some seed in the truck. I'm out of fertilizer. Can't get any till morning. Broken shit. Yes, that pin. They didn't have any. Overnight airing them. Having all sorts of issues with this. These bolts loosening up, breaking. One of them in there did, and then it walked. They know they have an issue. Kuhn does. I owned 2 Kraus chisel plows before this, never had a problem. This new design since Kuhn took over, not impressed. But alright, I'm gonna go relieve the white field cultivating. So I'm just gonna call this a video. I did some drone footage today. I'll throw it in the other video. It was tough droning myself while trying to plant, but so we'll call this a video. Check out the Grumpy Farmer apparel. You know, all the happy horse shit, and we'll see you in the next one.